behind the scenes from our July 18th show. Rex and I here in the studio on Saturday morning. We were live this morning, off to a little bit of a slow start on the episode on symbolism, I think partly because I didn't finish the show notes. I only did like 3 segments of the show notes. Like, what are we going to talk about? Symbolism. That sounds great.
That's good, yeah. That's
also,
good.
maybe I'm not.
I think we got it good.
I haven't been that excited about my Saturday, and although now I'm looking forward to lunch. We're going to have Mexican food for lunch, so that'll be exciting. All right, so talking about symbolism now that we're behind the scenes, what in your book do you think people will find symbolic?
Well, there is symbolism there. The problem is, there's allusions, there's references to aspects of the satanic panic that are in there, but you have to know about them in order to get it.
Okay, so let me
put it this way. They're in my book. They play a role playing game.
Yes.
That is called Dark Dungeons,
right.
Which is the evil role playing game. Now that is a reference.
Evil role playing game.
Right. Which that is a reference to a Chick Tract, which was one of those fundamentalist Christian little comics.
Okay.
They used to put out called Dark Dungeons, warning people about how Dungeons and Dragons is satanic.
Okay.
Now, if you never heard of it, you wouldn't get the reference.
Right.
But you could still enjoy the story without getting the reference.
Right.
So the reference, I think the symbolism in there is just, or the illusion in there is just to add icing on the cake.
Okay.
But the cake itself is still good enough to eat by.
I'll give you that. My question actually on the symbolism for your book was about the bowl. So the bowl is the artifact that he discovers that his parents have, right? Yeah. So why not a statue? Why not? You could have chosen any kind of artifact. Why a bowl?
A bowl because it's something that's useful. You look at a statue and you say, "What's its purpose?" A bowl is always functional, and every civilization is going to have it.
Okay.
I mean, if you say this is a bowl from this particular era, you're not going to immediately say, that's not something that those people could construct.
Right. A vase. Right. Okay, I'll give you that.
A bowl is symbolic of civilization, right?
Yeah.
Ultimate civilization, no matter what. And of course, as it turns out, the bowl is itself fraud.
Right. It's fake.
It's fake, yeah, and it's deliberately done that way.
Yeah. And after December, there's at one point Brian's talking about how they used to play freeze tag with the light.
I just made up that symbolism right now.
Just this minute.
Just this second. You see, that
was on the spot. That was on the spot symbolism.
Yeah, I literally gave it no thought when I thought of the bowl.
On the spot.
When I came up with the idea, I gave it absolutely no thought.
When we were kids, we grew up near Dulles Airport, and Dulles Airport had this light that it would go green, and then it would go white, and it would go green and go white over and over and over again, right? And we played what we called Russian freeze tag, because this is the 80s and Cold War, right? And when it was green, you could run, but it was white, you had to stop. Right. And whoever got from the one place to the next fastest was the winner of this game, right? So after December, Brian is standing on the front porch of his friend's house, and he sees this light, this Dulles Airport light that's spinning around. It goes green, it goes white, it goes green, it goes white, and it never stops. So is there symbolism in this green-white light from the airport? Or is that simply me remembering growing up in Northern Virginia, growing up near the airport? I think there's 100 different ways to interpret the light from the airport. And absolutely there's symbolism there, but it wasn't intentional.
Right.
It was just a story. All right. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for being a patron. Welcome to Carolyn Hartley. And thanks always to CJ and to Mike and to Anna and all the rest of our patrons. We really appreciate you guys. Y'all.